Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble news channel. And around Bitcoin Park, the subject of energy has come up a lot. I believe that speeding up nuclear power will play a big role, and I'm glad to hear about the progress. No doubt that TVA is a very important part of life in Tennessee. However, nuclear power has to play a bigger role in order for us to meet our energy needs. The video arc for today features Cathie Wood. In this interesting talk, these experts in the field talk about how Bitcoin and the Lightning Network will change micropayments based on ads, the energy scene, and other things. It takes energy to make technology better. Maybe we can do it more efficiently. Which we are, and over time too, but as the economy grows, energy needs to grow too. We'll need even more energy if we're right, and the economy and its growth rate speed up because of all the new things happening in the world. That's the first thing. However, we were able to show at the seminar that Bitcoin mining in a utility environment and other energy ecosystems will actually help us build too much solar and wind energy. Why? Yes, as you build this ecosystem for green energy, you will need utilities and a place to store energy. And where I live now in hot Florida, the storage will get full very quickly. If it's not put to good use, it will rot away. Bitcoin or Bitcoin mining is used for that. What does it do for the community of utilities? You get Bitcoin when you mine it, okay? If you really want to speed up the building of your green infrastructure, Bitcoin will actually help you do that. Also, we saw the second one with Exxon. I was shocked to see them put Bitcoin mining equipment into natural gas fields so they could use the gas to mine Bitcoin instead of releasing it or flaring it. That's oil company Exxon. There's a lot of support and proof here. Taking care of the ecosystem? Yes. What can lead to a good change in energy? What needs to be done or what has already been done? Oh, I see. We're still on power. Next, we'll talk about the government. What can be done about energy, though? So it's interesting that the subject of energy has come up a lot here in Tennessee and around Bitcoin Park. Accelerating nuclear power is something I think will be very important. I'm glad to hear that things are moving forward. No doubt that TVA is a very important part of life in Tennessee. Nuclear power, on the other hand, needs to play a bigger role in meeting our energy needs. Getting the government behind that is a good idea. Or maybe I should say getting the government out of it because of all the rules. Since the 1970s, heavy control has killed nuclear, and it has slowed down the learning process that nuclear was in. There would have been a lot less cost if regulations hadn't slowed it down. Of course, it is also the best way to get energy. That, I think, is going to be one of the biggest and most important things the government can do to help us get the energy we need for the expected economic growth. For the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, the court no longer needs to decide if the tokens that are the subject of its case against the crypto exchange Binance are securities. The SEC replied to the court's order from July 9, 2024. On July 30, 2024, the SEC said in the filing that it wants to change its complaint about the third-party crypto asset securities to find that it is against Binance's move to dismiss. The SEC says this means the government body doesn't need to ask the court to decide right now if the tokens in question are securities. It's interesting that the SEC decided to pull its request for a rule at the same time that presidential candidates are trying to win over crypto supporters. Trump, who was running for president at the Bitcoin 2024 meeting in Nashville on July 27th, said that he would end the war on crypto as part of his campaign. Not state Trump said the U.S. would become the crypto capital of the world. The GOP candidate also said he would fire SEC Chair Gary Gensler on the first day as president and create a team to help him with crypto and Bitcoin issues. Who won't get in the way of the United States' future but will help build it? Democrats in the U.S. House of Representatives signed a letter on July 27th asking the party to think about blockchain and digital assets in a more forward-looking way. In response to the letter, Kamala Harris's advisors called crypto companies to fix the party's ties to the crypto industry. Harris is running for president and will be vice president in 2020. These days, data centers need to be up all the time. So if there is a part of that ecosystem that doesn't need that energy at peak times, it can step away. We heard a lot about this at the conference. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Getting rid of the secondary risk that comes with credit will make our economy run much more smoothly overall. Of course, it's not just the energy business. We're going to cut out the middlemen. Most of you probably already know this, but as we start the election season, we want to help the normal consumer understand what does this mean for them. It is thought that there is a cost in the system because of the risks that come with credit, such as counterparty risks and other risks. And the tax is always between 2% and 5%, which we know from our credit cards. We're being taxed a lot by that. That's like a nice tax cut coming our way. As community educators, I think we're trying to help people see that this is important for more than just energy. It's important for the whole world economy. I'm really amazed by how quickly and correctly our lawmakers are able to adapt to new situations. A few very good things have also been seen, I think. I'll also say that former President Trump took Bitcoin payments for his campaign. A lot of people were interested in that. We're trying to teach everyone here again. But it's very important that he said he would fight to protect the right to self-custody. So I'm hearing about laws. Yes, what did that mean? Yes, he does want all the miners to come to the US to do the mining, but I think the Bitcoin community would want that to stay very decentralized. We're having trouble with that right now. But now that I know more about this issue and have met some of our leaders here, I'm very hopeful that something will happen. Some people say there is a strategic Bitcoin stash, but I'm not sure. There are reports that's true. Take a look at that, and if they do it right, this isn't even a tool of monetary policy, it just goes on our balance sheet in that case. Michael Saylor gave us some great things to talk about. It's possible that this will change things. A big event in the past few days was Donald Trump's visit at Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville. Trump and his running mate, Robert Kennedy Jr., both promised to put the 200,000 BTC that the US government took into a strategic reserve if they were elected, as was said. As soon as Trump was confirmed, Trader Don's crypto trades went down. But in his most recent XC piece, he said that the big move on Betgist is still to come. May just now be starting the idea that Trump would announce a strategic Bitcoin reserve. That rumor started last week when the dollar and Bitcoin mostly went up while stocks went down a lot. He summed up most of BTC would have dropped a lot when markets were weak like this, but it didn't, which I think added to this story. Because of this, we probably traded 5 to 10% higher than we should have as the US dollar hits a new low. The tone of Jerome Powell's press conference this week after the latest Federal Open Market Committee FOMC interest rate decision can give us a sense of what economic policy will be like in the long run. The choice itself isn't likely to surprise the markets, and CME Group's FedWatch tool says that rates won't go down until the next FC meeting in September. Traders of cryptocurrencies and risky assets should